Well, it's been a long time coming, but I finally got my own copy of Batman the Animated Series on Blu-ray. So let's open it up, shall we? Hello friends, welcome back to the show. So glad to see you once again. And if you're new here, thank you for stopping by. I hope you like what you see and you'll hit subscribe and the like button down below because we got lots of great content coming your way and we're just getting this new year kicked off. And before I get into some of my regular content of reviewing episodes of TV shows that we grew up on, I wanted to kind of ease back into things and talk about the Batman the Animated Series on Blu-ray. So one of my most popular videos here on this channel is actually not reviewing any episode of Batman or Superman, but it's talking about the Batman the Animated Series Blu-ray. And at that point, I think they had just announced the date and some details about it. And it was just my take on speculating what it could be. And if you want to watch that, you can click on the link. So I thought I would do a follow-up video now that I actually have the box set in my hands to be able to talk about what is actually in the box and get my first take. As you can see, the plastic seal has not even been broken on this. Before I get into that, I do want to say a special thank you to my brother because the reason I have this right now is because he bought this for me for Christmas. I was ready to pull the trigger and buy it. It was getting close to Christmas. I thought, let me just wait and see if anybody does get that for me. And my brother, Jason Knode, who's watching this right now, I'm sure, bought this for me. So I've been able to hold off opening it now for a couple of weeks so that I can open it up with all of you. Second of all, this being the first video back after my little break over Christmas and New Year's. And I hope all of you had a great holiday and a great start to the new year. And this is also the first episode, if it looks a little different to you, this is my first episode on my new camera, which my wonderful wife, Mary Beth, purchased for me also for Christmas. So this is just a Christmas present extravaganza of an episode. This was a big surprise. I had dropped a few hints that I was looking at getting a new camera and the kind of things that I was looking for. And she surprised me on Christmas morning with a new camera. So this is the Sony A6000 for those of you that are keeping track. And maybe I'll do a whole review on what I think of the camera and why I chose this camera. But without any further ado, I want to get into opening up this because I know I'm excited. I'm sure you guys are excited. I will tell you my first interpretation when I pulled it out of the box, one was I kind of speculated this early on, but these Funco Pop figures are the mini ones. I personally, I don't collect the Funco Pops. I've got a few laying around here, but so the mini ones are fine with me. The thing that my brother pointed out that he was very happy about was that he was reading in reviews and that when people were purchasing this, they were getting it, receiving it in the mail, and the corners of the box were all dented in, and people were pretty disappointed about that. So this is actually in really good shape. The other thing that I noticed just on the box here is that it is a limited series. I didn't know that. 6,902 of 69,048. Now, I'm going to, gosh, it's almost just so perfect. I'm afraid to break the seal, but wouldn't be much of an unboxing if I didn't break the seal. So let me be careful. Keep everything. Rip the box while I'm doing this. So there it is. This is the part I always kills me about boxes when you try to do this nice and clean is that it always dents that in. Maybe that's just me. The Funko Pops look like the first thing that'll come out. So I'll pull those out first. So they're the little ones. We got Batman, Harley Quinn, and Joker, obviously, if you're watching this and don't know who these characters are, shame on you. But they got a little bit of weight to them. These will get displayed nicely somewhere or keep them in the box if I'm going to use the whole box. But if you can see in here, I'm noticing the whole front of the box is just the depth of the box is simply to keep the Funko Pops on the top there. So then behind that, you have the actual DVD, listen to me, Blu-ray. I'm going to keep this for now, but I may just put this on display on the shelf because it's got the same cover. And it would just be a matter of if you wanted to keep the Funko Pops with it or not. Now, there is another piece that's behind there. So I'll get into that. So in that case, if you did get a box that was dented, you pulled this out, hopefully as long as it wasn't dented in the back, that this should still be in one piece. But it does have the same cover. I like that design, the red, and it's kind of a foil print in there, so it's got a little glossy. Behind this in the pack was a separate envelope, or envelope, if you pronounce it like I do. And this has Batman the Animated Series. I know there was a few other things in this pack. So, okay, this is the lithographs. What do they call them? Plus 7 exclusive lenticular collector cards of original animation artwork. Don't know what that is. Oh, those are really pretty cool. So I don't know if this will show up, but they are like this. So it gives a little 3D effect there. So we got Poison Ivy and Batman, and we have Batman and Two-Face. These are actually really cool. These might be neat to like frame and hang up in a configuration there. We've got Penguin and Batman there. So I'm sensing a theme that we may have. We've got Joker and Batman and Summer Gleason there being held hostage. Gosh, are these... This one, I don't remember this. What shot is this from in the show? Then we have Batman and Catwoman. And Joker and Harley Quinn and Batman. Again, it's got some depth. Batman swinging hero action. And actually on the back of these cards are pretty cool too. So they have just kind of these city designs here. Gosh, that's the problem. If you frame it, you lose these backs. So those are cool in their own little envelope. And of course you could just keep them like that and would also be well. So then we have the box set, the actual Blu-ray discs in here. And it's just got the bat symbol on the back and it top loads. So you can pull that out. And then it's like a book. And this was something that I talked about in the last video that I wasn't sure about. Is that they show the box, right? And then they show this book next to it and this book open. And I wasn't sure if that was a separate book of information about the show or if that was, in fact, where the DVDs were. Blu-rays. Why do I keep calling them DVDs? And again, it kind of has this neat... It looks black on the cover, but as you move it, it's a black, shiny black, that reveals some of the characters there. Same thing on the back. You've got Harley Quinn and Commissioner Gordon, Alfred, Scarecrow, Two-Face. Back there on the front, you have Batman and Joker and Penguin. You open this up, each of the discs here. So it's got a little note here in the front cover from Alan Burnett. And it's got some graphics over here, and the episodes that are on there. They have some commentaries, some introductions that are part of each of these episodes, and then some special features. So they have special features by the disc, which was similar to the Batman on DVD. They would have the disc would have some of the episodes and some of the features for those specifically. So what I was curious to know, and I'll have to do some comparisons, if these features, if they have the same features from the DVDs. And I remember this one, but is it a new one? First Night Pilot Promo hosted by Bruce Timm. Now they had that on the DVD. Is this an updated version of it or is it the same? On Leather Wings. These are in production order, not in airing order, which is good. Great, I guess. Season 3 being the new Batman Adventures. I don't know how this works out, but they do see in the DVDs was listed as Volume 1 and Volume 2 and Volume 3, and then Volume 4 was the new Batman Adventures. This has Season 1 having 65 episodes, and then Season 2 having the other 20 episodes. And then Season 3 as the new Batman Adventures, which have the 24 episodes. So they just have it as 3 seasons. So we just have then just a bonus disc of additional features. And then we have, of course, Batman the Mask of the Phantasm. So then we have Batman and Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero, both of which I have reviewed on this channel. So inside of this, they have a card for the digital copy of the disc. And what I had heard, and I don't know if this is true, I'll find out, is that this digital copy is not the HD version of the show. It's just standard definition. If that's true, that seems like a bit of a letdown. And then that fix, I kind of like how it fits in there. So the book opens this way, right? And that, whoops. And then, so when you put this in the box, top loading, you can put it face down, and then you have the Batman spine, the box spine right there, and then everything else is sealed in, so you don't have any of the discs. And it's a pretty heavy duty box. It's nice and thick, nice and heavy. So to me, I feel like this would be what I would put on the shelf, is just this. I don't think I would need this whole box here, and then I would display the Funco Pops separately, and then I would have the lithographs, or whatever they called those, lectogrammols, display those separately. I am going to see what the quality is. I know that some people have done some side-by-side comparisons there, but I want to take a look, and I'm going to bring you along to show you the real-life quality of this on the screen. And I don't know how well it'll come through in the video, but let's take a look at that now. So no better way to test it out than to just put in a disc. Now, I have a setup. It's a 4K Blu-ray player with 4K TV and the HDMI cables separated for audio and video. I have the whole setup. So I thought this would be a good test on the main TV. And why not pick my favorite episode of the series, Beware the Gray Ghost, to see if it holds up and still maintains the quality and the charm that the old show did. So the quality difference, there is no contest. Obviously, it is so much sharper, so much cleaner, so much better than the standard DVD. But something that I thought was unique about viewing it was that you're able to watch this on a different level than with the DVDs, is that the detail is so great that it adds to the experience of seeing the actual line art, the physical pencil drawings that a human being put into this show that you don't get from modern computer animated shows, or even modern shows and movies that are animated knowing that it's going to go to a high definition 4K format where they use computers to clean up the line work. I think in this period of time back in the 90s when they were making the show, knowing that it was only going to go to broadcast television sets, they could hide some of their line work. They could hide some of their imperfections in the drawings, knowing where it was going to finally end up. So now with the 4K and them cleaning that up, they left those in. So it's a different type of charm than watching the standard 480 television set viewing. But it's interesting to see the actual lines of the drawing and the pencil marks on there, and even some of the spots and speckles that are on the plates when they were physically photographing each of the cells in the old style of animation. So for those reasons, it was really enjoyable to watch and see a different level that I wasn't anticipating. The audio's crisp, the picture's crisp, the colors are great, all those things that you would come to expect.
That noise.
Now, just to set my mind at ease, I did go back and look at the original DVD just to see the comparison. And yes, when you look at them side by side, it is a major stark difference between the two. But I also went on to DC Universe and watched the same episode just to get a perspective. I know that says that it's the HD remastered versions. And when I first got DC Universe, I did go on and watch an episode just to see the quality difference. And it is much better. And I would have to really analyze each of the episodes side by side to see if there is a difference between DC Universe and what you get on the Blu-ray. And I think that there is a slight increase of quality with the Blu-ray discs, but I think that may just be by the delivery system of the streaming service versus a enclosed viewing process from the Blu-ray player, the 4K Blu-ray player being upconverted to the television and all the correct cabling in that. And one other thing that I noticed at the very end of Beware the Gray Ghost is the box set that Bruce Wayne hands to Simon Trent to sign does have a blue border around it. And I don't remember if that was the same in the DVD or in the broadcast version, but that looks a lot like he's having him sign the Blu-ray edition of Beware the Gray Ghost.
The Gray Ghost was my hero. Really? And he still is.
All right. Well, there you have it. There is the Batman, the animated series on Blu-ray. Looks great. The quality of this, the product itself is very good. A couple of bonus items that come with that. And so this is great. This is great fun. So now if you haven't ordered yours yet, what are you waiting for? Get it. It's a great product and it's limited. So they eventually will run out, I guess. But overall, first impressions of it, I'm really happy about it. I'm excited to finally own this. And thank you again to my brother, Jason Knode, for purchasing this for me. And I don't know how he ever figured out that it was something that I wanted. And thanks again to my wife for getting the camera. I hope the quality of this video looks good for you. I'm all set now, ready to dig into the rest of the year. So I'm going to be jumping back into the regular reviews of the episodes. We're going to pick up where we left off on Superman, the animated series next week with the same schedule, Tuesday and Thursday. And I'm going to kind of be bookending some other content to kind of fill in the schedule a little bit. So look for those. If you want to see more content like this, then just hit subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video and enjoyed my take on the unboxing of the Batman, the animated series on Blu-ray, then hit the like button. And also, I want to say a special happy birthday to Jason Clark, one of our viewers out there that messaged me to let me know that he has a birthday today. So happy birthday, Jason. And thanks for watching. Thanks for being a subscriber here on the channel for as long as you have. So with that, thank you so much for watching. I'm Andy Knode, and I'll see you soon.